I don't know why I do that with my fingers. I apologize. Let me start over. Hey everybody. Welcome to Kimmel'sIrishPub.com. Time for another movie review. These hands just won't stay still. So tonight's movie, it's called The Heyday of the Insensitive Bastards. So I'm going to do a little reading for you here because just so you know, right off the top, IMDb 4.4, Rotten Tomatoes, the users give it a 27% rotten. Nothing from the critics. So, not looking too good here, but gotta give it a shot. You never know. So, let me read you the synopsis. It's based on short stories from Robert Boswell's collection. 7 vignettes explore the difference between fantasy and reality, memory and history, and the joy and agony of the human condition. Okay, whatever, right? That's what they said. But the reason I have it on, it has Rico Rodriguez, Modern Family Kid, right? Matthew Modine, okay? Vision Quest, James Franco, in everything nowadays. Abigail Spencer's in it. Kate Mara, Amber Tamberlin, Kristen Wiig, Tony Cox, Jimmy Kimmel, Natalie Portman. The list goes on. Thomas Mann. Let's see, anybody else? I mean, you get the picture. I mean, everybody's in it. So, I mean, like, how bad can it really be? It might be awful. It might be another King of Cups. I don't know. But it's an hour and 35 minutes, so I am going to do you the favor and watch it myself. And I will stop in from time to time, let you know how it's going, and then finally tell you whether you should watch this or not. That's what I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay. I'll be back in a little bit. You hang in there, and we'll see how it is. Hey everybody. I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching The Heyday of the Insensitive Bastards. And I'm at the 36 minute and 33 second mark, so not that far into it. It's just about to start the 4th vignette. So there's 7 total. And the first 2 I thought were very well done. I liked them both. With James Franco and was in the first one, and the second one had the kid from Modern Family. And 2 separate stories, unrelated. And I thought they were both interesting stories. Again, very short. And then the third one I didn't care for too much. Yeah, it was a little disgusting in one part, but you know, it wasn't too bad. It was rather short. So they're approximately 10 minutes long, 10 to 11 minutes long each one, and I think they're pretty interesting because, and this is why I kind of stopped it. And I wanted to make sure I mentioned this. I didn't want to forget it, but it really, the story goes on. So in these vignettes, there's no conclusion, no happy ending, or you know, something like that where it's all tied up in a little bow and done. No, their lives go on after our little peek into their lives. So you're left imagining what goes on afterwards, and they're telling the story in such a way that you're kind of interested to see, well, what does happen after this, you know? But you're not, you know, you're not left. It's more of you know how sometimes at the end of the story and they don't tell you the end, and then you're frustrated. It's like, oh, what happened? I don't get it. You know, I need conclusion. I need closure. That's not necessarily true. I don't have that feeling after watching these. I just feel like their lives go on, and you're left to your own imagination on how they go forward. There is no conclusion for them. It's just life, and this is a snippet of their lives and what goes on. So far, I think it's interesting. I mean, it's a little deep. It's not like action and a comedy or anything like that. It's thought-provoking, and you know, so far so good. So I'm gonna get into this 4th one here. Maybe I'll check in again, but this one is, you know, piquing some thoughts as I watch this movie, unlike other ones where I just give you a quick update on the synopsis. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a little bit. If not, I'll see you at the credits. Hey everybody. We're at the credits here, and I have to tell you, this movie was very interesting to me. If I had to give it a ranking like I always do, I'm probably going to give it a 7. I was teetering on the verge of an 8, but I'm going to keep it at a 7, and I'm going to caution you that my 7 might not be your 7, especially in this movie. And I know we're not always going to agree on certain movies, but this one's really different than all of the other movies that I've rated. It's, as I mentioned, made up of 7 different vignettes, and it seriously is not related in any way. They're just 7 short stories, but I found them pretty interesting. The first story and the second story, very interesting. I liked how it was presented. As I mentioned earlier, there was no conclusion to it. There's no starting. There's no backstory. There's nothing like that. You get 10 minutes of a peek into somebody else's life, essentially. And then you're left on your own. You don't know what happens after that. I mean, a small conclusion for a little piece, maybe. Not even for all of them. But 1 and 2, I thought were very good and really set it up, made me interested to see the rest of them. 3 and 4 kind of went down, and I don't want to go into great detail of all of them. I'll give you a quick high-level overview. The 5th one was pretty good, and then the 6th one was okay. That one was kind of Stand By Me-ish, a couple of boys hanging out smoking cigarettes. And then the 7th one. The 7th one is, it's a party scene, but it kind of turns into a black comedy, 7 heads in a duffel bag kind of thing, and then ends interestingly. So I thought 7 was a good one. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great way to end the film. But again, I think it might be a little artsy, I guess. I don't know a better way to describe it. It's not your normal film where no matter what kind of film, there's a start, beginning, and an end. It's not that way. So my 7 might be different. I think this is only for people who might be very, very interested in this type of film. And I think it's good. I'm not recommending it for everyone. Maybe those who are a little bit more movie buffs and maybe know about Robert Boswell and his short stories. I thought it was good. I'm going to give it a 7. There's a lot of good actors in this film. And I'm glad I watched it. The low ratings at IMDb might scare people away. And, the fact that it's not just a straight movie is also going to scare people away. But for me, I thought it was good to see. And I encourage some people out there who like to watch a lot of different types of movies to watch this one, because I thought it was very good. So the first one, to give you a synopsis of just what the little vignettes are about, the first one is the one with James Franco, and they find a body which they think it might be his mother's, so he comes back to town, and it's a little sequence about that. And I mean, like my little description, it's a 10-minute thing, and it's actually a little good movie. And then the second one has the Modern Family kid in it, and he's being bullied. And then the third one, I believe, has Kristen Wiig in it, where she's a maid and a single mother, and so she's also trying to become an author. So, and I believe the fourth one, I might have the flip-flop, is with Kate Mara in it, who have sisters, and her sister has a drinking problem. So that's the fourth one. The sixth one is about the boys sitting around the fire smoking cigarettes. The 7th one I already talked about. I can't remember what the 5th one was, but I remember that I enjoyed it. The 5th one was with Natalie Portman in it, and it has a guy who comes home after his father was in the hospital and runs into his ex-wife, kind of thing. So, I could tell you more. I don't want to ruin it, because I think if you're going to watch this film, you'll enjoy it. If you're not, don't worry about it. But if you do, let me know. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. It's an hour and 37 minutes, so it's not that long, and you might really enjoy it. But that's it. It's a hard one to describe. I apologize. But maybe I've piqued your interest, and you're going to watch it, and then you're going to let me know what you think. Maybe you're not. And maybe you wait for the next movie review, but it wasn't awful like the ratings say it was. So, Kimmel's Irish Pub, thanks for staying this long.